Morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is a couple of minutes late. Apologies. Rise and shine, though, my friends. It is Friday morning, Black Friday. It is November the 28th, 8:04 in the AM. I don't feel that bad that I'm a couple of minutes late. I was putting data in, okay? Anyway, good morning to you. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together every day. We talk about what's going on in the world of weather. Chris is asking if I'm warm yet. The answer, hold on. Gonna get some coffee, okay? Hold on. Nah. Ooh, feeling it. Feeling it in my core. Feeling it. Yep. You just need a little hot coffee today. Just need a little. Anyway, good morning, my friends. It's a chilly one. Look at the temperatures. Live look at readings around town. 39 in Ocala, 44 in the villages. We're sitting at 46 in Orlando, 46 in New Smyrna Beach. And yeah, it's not just that, though, because when we throw in the winds running about 5, 10, 15 miles an hour, we get the feels like temperatures. Here's how things feel, and it's almost spot on where we expected them to be. Feels like 42 degrees in Orlando, feels like 39 in Leesburg, 37 in Wildwood, and 36 in Ocala. Yeah, Frank, good morning to you. Steph over on YouTube says in Bryson City, North Carolina, it's currently 20 degrees. Not my thing. Just not my thing. Oliver says, I thought it was going to be colder, but that breeze will go right up the pant leg. See, that's what I said all week. That's what I've been saying, is that it was going to be cold, but the wind was going to be colder. There we go. Yeah, it's a chilly one. Now, I mean, it's it's beautiful outside. Let's just take a minute and pop into our Tower Cam network. Let's see what's doing. Okay, Ocala. You are looking gorgeous. Let's go to Tavares. Okay. Now, just look at the bottom left corner of the screen there. Right? We've got the breeze. You can see the palm trees doing their thing. All right, let's head into Orlando. Downtown, this is a shot from the view. Frank says, but you didn't mention the pant leg. I didn't mention the pant leg. You're right. Turns out your pant leg is none of my business. Sonia Blade over on YouTube says, it's really cold outside, and my poor old bones don't like the cold. That's why I gave you the first warning for days and days and days. I was like, y'all, it's going to be cold out. I tried. Look, I tried. Okay? I tried. I love sweatshirts, like little pullovers. I love them. They're so snuggly. Are y'all snuggly? Look how gorgeous it is, though. Let's head over to. Let's do some Sanford action. Oh, do I not have Sanford on here? Huh. I guess I need to get Sanford added. I wanted to look at the palm trees. Okay, fine. Let's head over to New Smyrna Beach, see what's doing there. Marquis Storay, good morning. Bruce says slow comments. I just think we're all a little slow this morning. Look at that. Disappearing Island. What a pretty morning. What a pretty morning. You can see a couple of the flags blowing in the breeze. Daytona Beach, checking in. Looking good. Port Canaveral, checking in. Ah, yes. Now, this camera tells the story, right? Camera bouncing around a little bit. Yeah. So anyway, gorgeous morning. Gorgeous morning. A little breezy out there. We'll be just fine. Looking ahead to the forecast for the day. Pushing the buttons. Hit that button. Hit that button. Okay. Pushing the buttons. Ahead for the day today. We watch the temperatures climb. It's not going to be a warm one, but it's going to be nice. A really nice looking forecast. Yeah, 58 by lunchtime, 64 degrees our 3 p.m. temperature. Sun, couple of clouds. This is good. PD Roppelman, that's an interesting name on YouTube, says heated vest, heated hand grips, motorcycle weather. As long as, yeah, right. As long as you're doing what you got to do to keep yourself warm, I would say yes, that looks and sounds great. Ah, sounds good to me. Birds, patootie. Oh, saw the birds took us. Got it. Yeah. Yes, we're snuggling in detention where the coffee and donuts await us. Tanya says, "Whatever we have to do, right?" Yeah. Selma says it was gorgeous. It's gonna be gorgeous. Anyone been out doing the in-person Black Friday scooping? Yeah. Anybody having any luck with that? Are we doing good? Anybody doing some shopping today? I I don't know if that's still a thing or not. Like, is it? Is anybody doing that? It was never my thing. I remember when I would do the morning show in West Palm, watching it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and driving to work and seeing the shopping mall just jammed, thinking to myself, like, what kind of a deal would genuinely make it worth this? You know what I mean? Matt says, grateful hurricane season is over and we got sunshine this year. Matt, my friend, your math ain't mathin'. We still got 3 days. Still got 3 days. Now, granted, I'm not going to sit here and like tell you that you're getting a hurricane in the next 3 days, but I digress. Point is, we still got 3 days. So, all right. Here we are. I'm going to just switch the 7 day background from the sunrise one to the sunny one because the sun is now up. There we go. All right. So here we are, 64, a few high, thin clouds. It's a beautiful day today. Look where we go afterwards. 73 tomorrow. It's going to be another chilly morning. 80 degrees on Sunday. And notice Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, some rain. And by Tuesday, could even be talking about some heavy rain, even a thunder shower or so before our next cold front comes through. And yeah, in case you're keeping track, that cold front will drop us back down. It's not going to be a huge one, but it's going to be a cold front nonetheless. Now, this is our forecast numbers. Let's take a minute, step away, and let's look at the American GFS raw model numbers and then we can look at the European raw model numbers. So here we are, and no surprise, we've got that warm up today into tomorrow. It shows that weakish front coming through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then another weakish deal coming through. Um, Looking ahead to Share Your Christmas. Share Your Christmas was definitely chilly last year. Don't know that it's going to be that way this year. Now, Saturday the 6th, that is OUC, the big OUC race. So right now we're looking comfortable in the morning. We're not looking chilly. For me personally, I would like to see this front slow down a little bit so we can get that 58 on Saturday instead of Friday. But that's what we're looking at right now is starting to warm up for OUC, but not terrible. Chris says Andy just wants another pool day. I mean, I've always used the litmus test of daytime high at 80 or above. That's pool weather. But the problem is like I've turned my pool heater off because there's enough cold days that it's just not viable to run the heater. You know what I mean? Ah, good times. Let's see here. I will be in St. Louis for Share Your Christmas. GFS doesn't look friendly for where I will be. Sorry about that, Matt. Sorry, buddy. Ricardo says, excellent forecast. Next week, wife starts vacation. And a week later, I do. Christmas events all month long, and no work. Oh, that sounds amazing. Debbie says, my niece was the first place female in yesterday's Sanford Turkey Trot. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so that's the GFS. The Euro is actually showing colder air. So, I always show you the raw models. And again, this is just one run of one model, each one. But you take it and at least look at it. So we've got the warm up here. Then we've got a little bit of a drop in temperatures. Notice that the Euro's a little chillier for this week. Okay. Then See, I like the Euro temperatures better because it's keeping us a little cooler for OUC Saturday for the big race. But look right after. Both models are showing a front after OUC, but the Euro and again, don't take the Euro numbers. I only look at trend. If I'm honest, when it comes to the European model, I only look at the trends. But the Euro's got a significant cold front coming in just after OUC Saturday. So if we compare here, this is the GFS, okay, and the GFS is showing a weak front for OUC Saturday into Sunday, whereas the European is like, nah, buddy, I got you even better. It's showing a much more significant cool down. Again, further out temperatures on the Euro, I just don't love it. So, for what it's worth. But around OUC race Saturday, we've got another front coming in. The question is exact timing, and it's far enough out that it's not set in stone yet. So we definitely will be watching it and seeing what's doing. Oliver says the Euro has lost its mind on the 7th. Yeah, I mean, for 34 degrees in Orlando, that would be a significant chill. But again, one run of one model. If we look at the American GFS, which usually likes to go crazy, um, obviously it's not doing that. So for what it's worth. Jonathan says on Twitter, I got a job opportunity up in Minnesota and should be up there by mid-January. Colts. Oh, dude, you're moving in January of all times, too. Goodness. Yeah, you're going to be in for a bit of a cold shock. Well, we'll miss you. You can always check in on Coffee Talk. We'll be here tracking the Florida weather. I'm texting fake intern turned real intern, talking about helping him out during Christmas break for him. Oliver says the Euro model says I come from a land of misfit weather. Well, they're all listen. All the time people ask which model's better, and it's like it's not. It doesn't really work that way. It's more of a do you smell what the rock is cooking? I'm not smelling what the rock's cooking, that kind of thing. So we'll see. Terry Ann's asking, any of these fronts coming going to produce storms? Well, look at just our 7 days. So we've got shower chances on Sunday, Monday, and then on Tuesday. All right, now we're starting to see something interesting here on Tuesday. Rain chances actually at a pretty decent number there. So what's going on with that? Well, let's just take a minute. I'm of course I'm not prepared for this, so give me a few seconds to um, dial this up. Day one, day two, day three. I'm just looking at the severe weather probabilities off camera here. Yeah, not really looking at anything severe, but we can, of course, dial up the models. So let's do this. Hit that button. I know. I make you grumpy. When I make you work, I make you grumpy. All right, we'll hit that. We'll hit that. All right. So this is the raw GFS, and we'll look at the GFS and the European together. All right. So here we go. High pressure. There's our little warm up on Sunday into Monday. Easterly wind. Little storm system kind of bubbling up around the northern Gulf. BSR's shown that for forever, so really cool to see that actually coming to fruition. Cold front coming through again. Weak, not significant, but there it is. It's far enough south, though. Doesn't look like a ton, but it's far enough south that we could be talking about a little bit of rain, certainly. And that's what we're forecasting there, so that totally makes sense. And then just kind of a sloppy pattern here, the 6th. See, like this area of low pressure moving across Florida. Now, this is what's interesting. Remember that the American GFS was trying to throw a hurricane our way around the 6th. It's not a hurricane, but you can kind of see a sloppy area of low pressure moisture moving through and then working off of the eastern seaboard, and like a couple of sloppy the 6th through the 10th. Looks like a not an active in like a stormy pattern, but active in like there's gonna be some rain around. So yeah. We've talked about it for a while in kind of the longer range, but the pattern does look to be a little more active getting into December. So not a significant concern, but definitely some rainfall, some cloudy days, some drizzly days. You know how that is. You know how that is. Oliver says we do need the rain. I'm about to turn my irrigation back on. Yeah. So to that point, I talked a little bit about it last week. This is the drought monitor for our area. And notice the metro's okay. And obviously, there's been some isolated flooding events. We know about that. If you live in Brevard County or like West Orange County, you know what I'm talking about. But abnormally dry Lake Marion Sumter, okay? And when we look at the Keach Byram Drought Index, this is kind of looking at soil moisture, if you will. The metro's good, but particularly Sumter and Marion counties, we're starting to dry up. And while this is not a huge concern now, we are in the dry season. And the dry season, right? That's where we have to start talking about fire threats and things like that. So, mid October through mid May is when those cold fronts move through, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, if I could type fire correctly, the good news is like the fire danger index is remaining relatively low. I would add that atmospherically, we have such dry air. Today's a moderate fire danger index day. Jeannie Rowan says dry as a bone, not looking good. Well, as we head into the fire season, correct. That's going to be a struggle. So we'll definitely be monitoring that. Now, as far as the rain opportunities are for us, all right, let's just take a look here. All right, so today, I keep forgetting today's Friday. My schedule's all over the place. Nikki Robinette's asking, Eric, do you start your new schedule on Monday? No. So we have to hire somebody. So schedules are all fakakta through December. I have not heard of us finding somebody yet. When we do, we hire that person. They'll start their shift. Cam will do noon and 4. I'll do sunrise. Tony will do 5, 5:30, 6, 7, 10, and 11. And then you'll have Marquise and the new person on the weekends. Anyway, all right. So Friday through looking good. Couple of coastal showers through our Saturday. We see that there. Look at the winds turn around. You can literally visual. This is what is so cool about the weather. Watch onshore winds. You can see those clouds coming in. Watch it turning to more of a southerly direction and then a southwesterly direction. Right? Sunday we've got more showers around. Right? That's Sunday late. And then going beyond that, I messed it up, didn't I? Good gravy. I messed that up. I hate that. All right. I'll have to come back and fix that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's Monday. We've got moisture around. There's that storm system. Now, here's one thing. Okay, that's what I was going to try and find. Let me just delete this camera view, delete that camera view. All right. So let's just roll through time here. I wanted to show the kind of development of this next storm system. This is a European model. I'm going to turn off the clouds because I want us to see like what's called precip type. All right, so through Kansas, looks like we're going to get a little snow going on. That's Monday, December 1st. There's that storm system along the Gulf Coast we've been talking about. But this is where we could run into some interesting stuff. Like let's look around Memphis and points to the north. Memphis into St. Louis, Cincinnati. Oh, some snow for them, some ice for them. Oh, my friends in Cincinnati. Ugh. Brian's asking, should I? Oh, Brian Tittle's asking, should I apply for the job? I'm not a meteorologist, but I could play one on TV. Stay at a Holiday Inn Express. You just never know. No, we're looking for an actual meteorologist. Turns out we take weather seriously. All right, so there's showers Monday. There's that storm system evolving. Look at that. There's your heavy rain on Tuesday, particularly Tuesday afternoon, as that storm system is moving on through. Which stinks because my plans were to go flying Tuesday. Maybe I'll go flying early and then it moves through. But but look at this. One run of one model. That rain snow line just outside of the city. Ha ha ha, man. My friends in New York City are going to have some fun with that. Aren't we all here meteorologists? We're looking for degreed, sealed meteorologists, Chris. I digress, though. Oliver, it's kind of like a confirmation here. Yes, why we'll just sit back and be like, so talk to me about your meteorological education. Talk to me about your theories on long range forecast. Yeah, no, it's not quite like that. Interesting. December 2nd, rain snow line just outside of the city. Meanwhile, here in Florida, you got the clouds, you got the showers. Wednesday looks like good flying weather. I'll take that. So, anyway, that's what we're looking at for next week. Jan Holt watching on YouTube this morning, but wanted to say hi. Good morning, y'all. Good morning to you, Jan. And Chris says I went to the University of Eric. Oh, not accredited, my friend. I appreciate you. The accreditation does not exist for the University of Eric. We're just hanging out. Listen, we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out talking. But you don't have to have the math. Frank, that's me too. That's me too. Let's see here. Ah, Tanya, you and Chris so funny. Cindy's asking, hey, Eric, when does the permanent sunrise gig start? So when we hire somebody and we get into full staffing, right now, we've still got to cover weekend mornings. So Cami has Saturday mornings and I have Sunday mornings, and then we'll get that shifted around. So when the boss and I were in our conversations about the opportunity, she had said, hopefully January, but listen, they're going to find the right person. There's a lot. Listen, how many of you, genuine question, how many of you have ever hired for a position? You really don't want to rush hiring for a position because there's a lot of less than ideal people. You know what I mean? So we're going to find the right person. Nikki's asking, will you still be doing graphics when you take over? Yes. That was a part of the discussion. We rolled out the new graphics package. So the significant lift of new graphics. Wow, Alexander is PISSED. Do you hear him? Um, we rolled out the new graphics package, so we should be good for a little while. And so to that point, yeah, still do graphics. My goal will be to when the new graphics package comes, again, I continue to manage a team, and so that's where we were this year. Maybe I'll step back a little more in the operational elements of it, but yes. Jonathan Nova says, I've had to, and you are correct. It takes time. Yes. Karen says, yes, I have been in charge of hiring. Got to find the right fit. Cindy says, it's true. So listen, you know how you could tell if there's a bad fit when we hire somebody? When they are here for 2 years and it's not their choice to leave. You know what I mean? Like for us, that's the way you can always tell. Management at WESH is very, very good at vetting. And we put them through, a job interview at WESH is a process. Everybody has their thing. But like, let you in on it. All right. So say, for example, Chris Pierce used to work in in HR. So yes, I've done hiring. All right. Let's say, for example, Chris Pierce, we're going to interview you. You start off with the boss, you go, you meet the GM, and then you've got like 15-minute blocks with a ton of people. You're with the executive producer in the morning team. You're with the anchors in the morning team. You're with the morning meteorologist. Then you're with you're with the noon anchor. Then you go to lunch, and then you're meeting everybody, and everybody's just having a conversation. And then at the end of that, we all get together and have a conversation. Because so much of what we do, and again, every position is different, right? But so much of what we do, Chris says, I'm probably too old anyway. Listen. You see how old Manalfi is? No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously. So much of what we do is this X factor. How do you feel with the weather team? How do you feel with the anchors? How do you feel? How do you connect? You know what I'm saying? And then there's an audition in there too, where you go up to the green screen and you do the weather. And you know what Tony does too? This is great. I love it. I love it. He loads up a severe weather event and does like a tornado warning with you. Yeah, we don't mess around. We want good people. We've been burned. So we do what we got to do. Steven says talking blank about No, it's not that at all. It's just, how did it go? That's all. Listen, it's very professional, but it's a process like that. It's because you can't, you like that, Cindy? Because it's very important. Chemistry is very important in our job, not just chemistry and like talking back and forth, but like listen, I mean, I've worked with Manalfi for 25 years almost. It's 20 years. 20 years. Like genuinely I've worked with Manalfi for 20 years. Um I don't want to say I know what he's thinking before he's thinking it, but like we're almost there. You know what I'm saying? Like if he and I are doing severe weather coverage, you're not going to get that right out the gate. But you want to know that you've got somebody that's at least receptive to each other. You know what I'm saying? Cindy says, "Oh, that's very awesome to see how they handle the severe, scary stuff." Well. That happens, and we just don't want somebody that's fluff. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. We want somebody that's going to be like, and there's a tornado warning, and, take your show. Da, 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 da. We want somebody that's going to be multifaceted, you know? We don't want just a presenter, I'll tell you. We've hired that. We will only work better. Carla says, I've worked at a television station and the meteorologists work hard and people really depend. Thank you. Hey, we try. On-screen presence must click just right. That's it. There's an X factor to this. Jeannie Rowan says, tip number one, don't call Tony. Bada bing at lunch. Those kind of hiring processes develop amazing teams. It takes time. It takes time. You know? Tammy says, calm in the situations that it could impact a lot of people. I've always said it's one thing to get your trust. Like in a moment, you find me, it's another to keep. And I will always believe that um, earning trust is one thing, keeping trust is a very different thing. You know what I'm saying? So, for what it's worth. Yes, Cindy, turns out you're not hired. Sorry. Oh, man. Oh, you're funny, Tanya. You're funny. Michael says, especially during severe weather coverage when 2 to 3 of you are on the air. It's true. Yeah. Sounds like someone who says they can cook, put them in there, and they burn everything and can't flip an egg. It's true. It's true. Listen, we're not going to expect perfection on an interview. That's just ridiculous. But you know what I'll have to do sometime is I'll have to. Do I have it? Like demo tape. We can do that another day. Demo tapes. Tanya, you're skipping me. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Demo tapes. Did I ever show you my demo tape that got me to WPBF in West Palm? It was terrible. But like demo tapes are a thing, and so you watch the demo tape, then they do the interview and all that stuff. Cindy, Lori, you're a trusted. Well, I appreciate you, Lori, and you're stuck with me. You're stuck with me. Jeannie Rowan, easy on the eyes, number 4. Listen, it's all it's all a thing, right? I mean, I am not going to sit here and pretend that I'm easy on the eyes. I'm the nerd. Okay, I'm your token nerd. I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. I will wear that badge. Brian Tittle says, so saying, okay, there was a hurricane, it tore up stuff, but did you die? Isn't appropriate. Turns out it's not appropriate. Turns out it's not appropriate. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, Terry Ann, exactly. Someone who can, Tammy says, someone who can report the news while keeping their personal opinions out of it. Well, and also not have their facial expressions show bias. There's a lot. There's a lot to this, you know. AI is doing its thing, but like, so why as a local meteorological team, why are we still here? Because you know that we're going to analyze with experience. And when there's severe weather, we're going to analyze with experience. When the sun is shining, we're going to analyze with experience. You know, there's a lot to it. Cece Martinez says it's like marriage, but instead it's a job that connects coworkers into family, especially if everyone is on the same page. That right there is it. Yeah. Tim, can we do a bulk order on those token nerd badges? Kind of fun. I kind of like that. I like that. Cindy, giddy up. Thank God. Ginger, you guys are the only station I follow. I appreciate you. So anyway, that's where we're at. You know. So listen, when the schedule change happens, I'm gonna be with you for 5 mornings a week. Right now it's Sunday through Thursday, and we'll just eventually shift it to Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Tammy says you actually spend more time with coworkers ultimately. You know that it. You know what's funny is my, the morning shift is terrible. I've done it for 25 years. I just signed up to do it full time. And I'm not knocking it like I don't want the bosses to be like, what's she doing? But like waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning is not great. Why do we do it? A, because I love the opportunity to wake up with you. And that's not a lie. I have before I got it full time, I've loved the opportunity to sip coffee with friends. The morning team, first off, Alan's new. He's a putz. Love the guy. He's literally what you see is what you get. Super funny. So I've hit it off with Alan. He's great. Meredith, I have known for 20 years. Did I ever tell you how first time I met Meredith, she thought I was hitting on her? That's a wonderfully funny story. I've worked with Meredith for 20 years. Literally as long as Manalfi, I have worked with Meredith. Um, Sonica, I have known for many, many years. She was at WPBF after I left and then came up to Wesh. I adore Sonica like a super annoying sibling. And by the way, I'm pretty sure that they have changed my schedule to keep me away from Sonica in years past because our chemistry is so beautiful together. Jason Guy, I love that man. I remember when I got my first contract at Wesh. I'm walking out the door. And back then we used to do paper contracts. And I remember I walked out of the boss's, I'll never forget this. I walked out of the boss's office. Jason Guy's at his desk. He looks at me. I had been filling in at Wesh since '07, but this was when I finally got my full-time job. And I walk out and Jason Guy looks at me and I pick up the manila envelope. And back then, if you saw that manila envelope, it was a contract and you knew it. And so he saw it and he's like, oh, you're joining us. I'll never, Jason Guy's my little teddy bear. Christina Watkins, love her like a really, really sweeter version of a sister, like sweeter than any sister I could ever have. Lindsay Sablon, new to Wesh, wonderful, wonderful people. Megan Mackey, I love her. What a putz. Oh man, she's so fun. So anyway, this is a good group of people. If you're going to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, this is the group of people you want surrounding you. This is what we all love about the morning show. Do we love that 2 a.m. alarm? No. And if anybody tells you they do, they're probably lying to you. I'm not going to lie to you. It's awful. As soon as you're up, though, it is everything great. You're drinking coffee with friends every day. You know what I mean? So anyway, I love morning TV. I love morning TV, except for the alarm clock. That's okay. We have things we get to work through. So anyway, I forget where I was even going with that. Oh, so you've got me 5 days a week right now, Sunday through Thursday, and then when that shifts, it'll shift. It's going to be great. It's a good group of people. Tammy says the 3 a.m. commute is better than the 3 p.m. for sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those captions are hysterical this morning. Oh, like auto caption? I don't know anything about the auto captions. Mary says, thanks for getting up. No, thank you for watching and hanging with us. Chris says, everyone I've met that works at Wesh has been wonderful people. There are only a few that are not amazing. And even the not amazing ones are great. They're just not amazing. You know what I'm saying? Literally. I've worked with people that are terrible in TV. I don't think there's any of those at Wesh right now. And that's not a lie. No boss told me to say that. There's a good group of people. When I got that, when the email went out for promotion, that went public, that I had gotten the morning shift on Wednesday, it was all of my coworkers sending me just terribly inappropriate things. I say that like, just like terribly inappropriate as in like, well, they finally decided to scrape the bottom of the barrel and promote you. But like, doesn't that tell you the kind of people that we work with is they all love you? Like Stuart has been such a wonderful friend since the day I got to Wesh. Mm. Bonnie's asking, do you still do graphics for Mark Baden in Milwaukee? I shipped him the graphics package. I don't audit them like I used to, but yeah, I do. I still supply him with stuff. Although I've seen some old look stuff on the air there, but I digress. Butch, thank you, buddy. All right, questions, comments, concerns about our 7-day forecast since we went off the rails? Also, may I add, I think we're going to have a very special guest for Coffee Talk next week. I think. It's all but confirmed. It's like kind of confirmed. I think. I think. So we'll see. I think we'll have a special guest. I'm thinking Tuesday. We'll see. I think. I think. Cindy. Oliver, military is the same. If we don't talk smack to your face, we don't like you. Yep. Yep. Chris Pierce says, sounds like they have the same love language as you. There's a special group of people in TV news, that's for sure. Tanya, I want to stand behind you giving facial expressions while you do the weather. Jeannie Rowan, nobody takes anyone too seriously. Good times. It's a really good group of people. Yeah. Nicole, coffee talk is my favorite morning activity before dealing with the public. I will say that coffee talk, doing the morning show, it is such a behemoth. It's 4:30 a.m. until 10. When I hit that 8 a.m., it's like, all right, now I can just sit. It gets busier because I have to do coffee talk and the TV, but like, it gives me a chance to just like take a break for a couple minutes and hang with you guys. So I love that. Tim, special guest, do tell. I'm not. Cindy, ears perk up. Special guest, you say, you like that? In the television business, that's referred to as a tease. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to happen, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be in person. I don't think I'm doing the digital discussion. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Should I give you hints? Nah, it's more fun this way. Who's it going to be? You just have to wait and see. All right, people. Listen, is that it? Do you have any other questions? Do you? So, just to review, this is the end of class discussion. We start off beautifully. This morning it's cold, not going to really warm much, up to about 64 degrees. Tomorrow another chilly start, less wind though. We'll be up to 73 for our Saturday. A few showers as we saw in Futurecast on Sunday. If you need to see it, go rewind. It's there. And then on Monday to Tuesday, sloppy-ish weather before another weakish cold front moves through into Wednesday. Cindy, in person, and the anticipation builds. See? Tim says you're great at hyping the teas. As long as I only hype that. I hype that and cold fronts in Central Florida. I do not hype hurricanes. I do not do the hurricanes. All right? We'll always be happy to see Alex. It's not Alex. Believe it or not. I mean, at some point I do need to see Alex, but that's not who I am discussing. Who could it be now? Do, 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 do. All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you all so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Who knows where Coffee Talk will take us there, but yeah, maybe